Buongiorno! We just finished this week's episode of Jojo Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind.
Now, normally we're the type to read the manga first, but this time around we wanted that gold experience.
Subscribe and tune in every week for our reactions.
This week was episode 34, A Requiem Quietly Plays.
Ooh, nothing quiet about this.
So we got a new opening.
Yeah, that's the first thing, and ooh, it's chills. Again, we had the Ponolith thing, echoing part 3, with the placement on the stairs last episode. This episode, they do the Dio
time walk behind.
The Dio time walk behind, and I like it because it even fits in a little bit better.
It does. Well, I mean, we're seeing what happens in the time skip that's happening.
Absolutely.
It's
We're
been in the
also
opening
hearing,
the whole time.
we're hearing a little bit of, I believe it was a little bit of Italian in that whole portion.
Yeah, it was some kind of
Japanese.
Gregorian chanting or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
We're
remember
getting serious. We're getting serious.
We're getting to the end.
I'm a little tiffed that we're not going to get another opening. I thought we might.
Like another whole opening.
Yeah. I thought there might sneak one more in there, but yeah, I guess 2 is fine.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Definitely
I'm okay
part
with it.
3.
I'm
okay
always
with it.
Yeah, I always like that. Like that third opening. Chase is my favorite opening. But whatever. Okay, let's.
This is part 5.
Anyway, so like I forget what episode I said was like my favorite so far a while ago. This is my new favorite.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We got our Ghost Dad.
Yeah,
we
so
got our Ghost Dad.
We love talking about how much Ghost Dad just defined what bizarre is in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And this entire season, I've been just in love with Coco Jumbo. So seeing the Great Tower and them combined. It's everything. It's Ghost
More
Dad.
power.
It's perfect,
Exactly. Yeah. It's strange. It's wacky. There's direction to it. There's so many what ifs. And he, Ponolith caught on some of them. Like, I can't use Silver Cherry right now. It's berserk. But I'll probably die if it doesn't happen. And then blah blah blah. But the first switch up we got is when everybody falls asleep due to Silver Cherry going berserk. And obtaining this sort of weird gray blobby form, which
very non-committal stand design.
Yeah.
The hat, thank you.
The hat,
thank you.
Very fresh.
He's got a hat. He's got the arrow, I guess, on him. Then it's just blue. I don't know.
Blue.
It's
Blue.
strange. It's strange. But either way, so we get the shift.
The first
we get all
shift.
the characters.
Oh my god. So Trish wakes up, legs apart, and she's just like, I feel weird. Just immediately puts her hand down. She's like, something's not right. And I'm just like,
But she does that. She does that tuck and roll, grab the gun
Yeah,
thing.
So we were like, okay, Trish.
I was like, oh snap.
And then I even mentioned, I think my exact words were, man, Mista fell asleep like a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's just full fetal. I'm like, all right, dude. But hell yeah.
And again, it's just another one of those things where this episode was at volume 100 because little artistic things like that were coming through to us, even though we didn't understand completely what was going on.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And I loved the little just the little nuances of we were trying to figure out once we realized obviously Trish wasn't Trish, we're like, wait a minute, who the hell is Giorno? And
Yeah, it's like when he woke up and he was like, there's blood on my hands. Why are my hands wet? And I was like,
and that's that expectation, subvert that expectation we were talking about before.
Yes.
This is exactly what we like.
This is what's bizarre.
yes!
It's bizarre. It keeps us guessing the whole time, but it gives us enough information that we're like, wait a minute, is Bruno and the boss switch? Are they dead?
Right.
Is Polnareff what's going on
what's
here?
happening?
And the best part is when there's 3, right? Because so instead of there being any option, he's giving us some answers, but not all the answers. One of the things I liked best about all this mix-up is Trish immediately said, Trish as
Mista.
Yeah, said oh yeah, that's not Bruno. That's not my dad. I know that.
Yeah.
So she immediately was like, no, that is not Emperor Crimson. But then at the end of the episode, it just but Bruno is inside. So it's not a direct.
Yay!
Oh, it's so. It's so
what
confusing.
if it's Bruno and Diavolo in there, and it's Doppio who
Oh my god.
he's got 2 souls.
Exactly. Oh my god. So it's all just so confusing. But this is actually a perfect example of why we don't do live reactions. You guys would have flayed us alive at the accusations.
I do love how we immediately saw Bruno there. We're like, what if that's Coco Jumbo just laying flat?
Yes.
That's what.
That was
Yeah.
my immediate thought.
Oh, man.
It's
But
fantastic.
yeah.
It's everything you want out of
Exactly.
JoJo.
And
This is a
Absolutely.
good
It's-
episode.
It lived up to its bizarre name, and I'm happy. I'm so happy.
I'm just sad
They-
we only
they-
have a couple episodes left.
Their stands are also like super powered.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yes.
which is
Oh my
interesting.
god.
Just the
Yeah.
like all one line.
They
So
did
good.
that, and then they had Polnareff explain it. But then, like, they didn't really explain why the stands are super, or like what was going on with
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So they
we're still,
explained
like, there is
some
still
of the
more.
things.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I
we're
also,
in part one. Like,
Exa-
we've got some time to
of
go.
what must be a 6-part episode.
Apparently.
Like,
Finish us out, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
this looks at the complete end here, and that's the thing. That's what's interesting because there was only Dio the World was like 4 parts, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then normally it's about 4 parts.
4 or 5 parts.
maybe.
And it's just a final boss showdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what
Yeah.
it looks like to be. And again,
And the boss is still missing at the moment. We don't know where
yeah,
he is.
but
so.
if he's inside Bruno's body, or maybe it's
Doppio. I feel like it might be Doppio.
But
be
if it's
anything.
Doppio, then maybe Trish would have recognized it, or maybe they didn't.
I don't know, yeah.
What are the super-powered stands going to actually be able to do?
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of just rolling back to, remember like on that train like how like the like mom aging and like the baby and stuff like was so creepy and
That
weird.
was
all of the body switches.
switch. Like
were
the
some
guy was a
horrifying
dog,
shit.
the mom was a baby, and
You know,
just
the
the
mom and the
baby.
baby
looked-
wrecked
Oh,
me.
God.
I love how you said, "Oh, that guy's a bird," and it was funny. And then we saw a mother as a child and a baby looking horrified, and we're like, "Oh, that's not."
This
That's
is
not
JoJo's Bizarre
okay.
Adventure.
Well, also, like, we were like, oh, who's that hippie in the back of the police car? In very modern times, it's like, that poor guy. And then they just immediately, like, oh, he, like, assaulted a female police officer. This is not cool. Like,
Oh,
it's
my
all
God.
twisted. We're getting everything that we wanted and more.
We were allowed to be ridiculous in our thoughts with this episode.
Oh,
We
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. So
everything's
thank you.
scrambled. Everything's scrambled.
Yep.
So yeah.
let us know where you guys think the boss is, what's going on. Comments below.
眠れない